Good morning. It's late this morning.
Yeah.
It's 9:30.
I just rolled out of bed.
It's 9:30 and we just got up. Now, I want to say I woke up at like 7 something and she was still asleep, so I went back to sleep.
Snoring, probably.
No, you weren't snoring. But she was hogging the bed and she had stolen all of the covers, but it's fine.
Sorry.
So, this is our first sea day of, what, 4 sea days in a row?
Yeah. Yeah.
This
sea
is
day 1.
Maybe my favorite part of the Panama Canal.
And the sea
transit
is beautiful this morning.
Oh, I'm going to show you what the sea looks like in just a second. We can't be far from land because there are birds out there that I keep seeing fly by the window. But I am hungry. I think that's why I woke up at 7. It's because I was hungry. But we're dressed now and we don't have any plans until 11:45. We need coffee and maybe breakfast. And then
for sure coffee.
Yeah, for sure coffee. We might go to Cabanas this morning is what we're maybe talking about doing. And then we missed the show last night. The show in the Walt Disney Theater was actually a movie, a first-run movie. A first-run Disney Marvel movie called Eternals. So they showed it twice in the Walt Disney Theater last night. Instead of having like a live show, sometimes they will show like first-run Disney movies in the theater, which I think is really, really cool.
That's how we saw Secretariat.
Really?
In the Walt Disney Theater. Remember, everybody stood and clapped at the end of the movie. I mean, It was so amazing.
I guess I didn't realize that was a first-run movie. I know that we've been on here for some really cool first-run movies that launch like the day we get off the ship, and so they will give us a midnight showing sometimes, and that's really cool.
Yeah.
But last night they did 2 showings of Eternals, and the first one was during our dinner time, and the second one was during our bourbon tasting.
We'll have to ask Emma. She may know some of the other first-run movies we've got to see.
She probably will.
Yeah.
But they're showing it again today at 11:45 in the Buena Vista Theater, which is the movie theater, not the great big Walt Disney live show theater. So we're planning to watch that with our friends at 11:45 this morning. We do have a martini tasting today at 5 p.m. Alright, I'm hungry. Let's go get some food, Mom. So smooth this morning. Like there's just a few Whitecaps. Well, I started eating before I showed you, but I got the ham and cheese scrambled eggs, a sausage link, a grilled tomato, some raspberry preserves, and a croissant, milk, and coffee.
It is just a gorgeous morning. The sea is deep blue, calm. The temperature is very comfortable for short sleeves and a t-shirt, or short sleeve t-shirt, and shorts, sneakers, flip-flops. Let's look off the fantail back here. Looking at where we've been. It just is gorgeous.
Came to the French Quarter Lounge because Mom wanted a yummy coffee. I also wanted a yummy coffee, and they gave us these cute little cookies. Macarons.
Macarons, excuse me.
And I think they're making wind chimes, but we're not making wind chimes. Where are you going?
I'm gonna go get the challenge.
The photo challenge? Okay. So Mom brought back a couple of the photo challenge sheets. She got one for her and one for me. My cookie was delicious. She didn't finish her cookie. But today the photo challenge is tables around the ship. Some of them, yeah, you are a sloucher. Some of these tables I think are obvious, like this one right over here. Clearly that's Animator's palette. But some of them are really tricky, like this one over here by my thumb. And this white one here, yeah, some of them are difficult. We came to the gift shop because they have some Christmas stuff. They did not have this when we got on the ship the other day, but they now have Christmas stuff. So, obviously we're buying some sweatshirts because, you know, you gotta. Trying to decide whether or not we need one of these. Made it to the theater after stopping to get a little drink to bring in here with us. We're back from Eternals.
From the movie.
I look really sunburnt right now, don't I? I'm really not.
It's just the lighting.
I just look really sunburnt.
It's the lighting.
And the shirt too. Okay, so we watched Eternals in the Buena Vista Theater, and the crowd was not nearly as big as I thought it would be. I guess I thought there would be more people in there. There were still a lot of people in there.
Activities at the same time, though.
That's true. Thoughts, Mom?
Well, some of the crowd may have watched it last night.
No. Thoughts about the movie.
Okay. I really wanted to like it. Yeah, I thought it was very compelling, kind of philosophical, from the deeper allegorical meaning.
What's right and what's wrong.
Where we come from.
What you should and shouldn't do.
What's the meaning of life, that
and you've been reading your philosophy book. This book on her lap. That's a philosophy book that she brought with her to read.
Light reading.
She was actually telling me this morning, I'm really philosophical. Theming. Yeah. Anyway.
I thought whoever did that casting, I really liked the actors and the casting that they did, but there were some holes, some plot holes, and some weaknesses in the script that I didn't care for. Characters, disappearing from the storyline for a period of time.
That's your room service. Hold, please. She got a BLT with chips and some sad little coleslaw, and cookies and milk.
Yay! What did you think of the storyline? Did you find it compelling? Interesting?
I wanted to watch the whole thing. There was never a point in the movie that I was like, yeah, I'm bored, I want to leave. I've been there before in movies and books, and I wasn't there in this movie.
Yeah.
I did want to watch it. I love Angelina Jolie.
Yeah, me too.
I felt like the representation in this movie was excellent. And it didn't feel forced. It just felt natural.
I liked the movie. How about that?
I did. Yeah.
I liked the movie.
I would give it an A-.
Yeah.
An A or an A-.
Yeah.
I really liked it. It's one I would buy on DVD. Yeah, I liked it a lot. So now it is 4 o'clock. You've actually been in the room for a while. We are watching Pirates. The first one. The Curse of the Black Pearl. We have a martini tasting tonight.
In an hour.
Yeah, in an hour. I'm gonna shower and get ready because it is semi-formal tonight. And our martini tasting starts at 5 and dinner starts at 5:45. We're probably gonna be a little bit late to dinner, but that's okay. So I'm gonna shower now before our martini tasting so that I can look nice.
Yeah. And
for dinner.
Dressed, and maybe we can have some pictures after dinner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good plan.
I like that.
Yeah. So I will pick you guys up when we are going to our martini tasting. All dressed up, so to Cadillac we go.
Start with a nice glass of water and then move on to some martinis. Let me go in this order. Yeah. Maybe what I'm gonna guess.
We're blue, but that was so fun. Mama's sanitizing her hands, and now we are making our way to Tritons because dinner starts now. I didn't talk at all through dinner. We had semi-formal wear for dinner tonight, and you're not gonna get to see my dress because I've already changed into jeans and a sweatshirt, and so has she. Well, yeah, jeans and a t-shirt for her, sweatshirt for me.
Because I had on some nice slacks and I had on a really
She looked really nice until we got into the Cadillac Lounge for our martini tasting. As we were walking into the Cadillac Lounge, a lady was running. She ran at us as we were walking in.
Oh my gosh, it's so cold in there.
She was scurrying away. She's like, it's so cold in there. And it was
frigid.
I was wearing a sweater dress, and so I felt warm and cozy. And she was wearing a t-shirt and a sweater. And then she put on a Spirit jersey and she was like, I'm still cold. So anyway, and I've got a lot of hair. It's really heavy. There's a lot of this and it felt like a scarf. So I was warm. It probably was really cold in there. And then dinner. What happened at dinner? Oh, the hotel director, Joshua, from the Czech Republic, who sent us a bottle of wine the other night. Now, I didn't talk about it on the vlog. It was totally a surprise, but our server told us the hotel director had sent a bottle of wine to our table. And we were all trying to figure out why, you know? But we are sailing with 2 other couples, and one of them, this is their 48th Disney cruise. They've been sailing since 2000. So they've been sailing for 21 years. And that's really a big deal. But anyway, Joshua, the guy who sent us the bottle of wine the other night, came by the table and he was talking to us, asking us if everything was okay and, you know, how has everything been, the food, the service, because he's the hotel director, so he's in charge of all that stuff. And the only thing that we really had to complain about was the paper navigators. Not because I need a piece of paper, because if it was an at a glance on my phone, I would be happy.
You could sure tell by the look on his face, though. He has heard that
He's
request.
sick. He's got to be sick and tired of hearing that we want the paper navigator. I don't have to have the piece of paper so much as I want to have a sheet or a page or a screen that has all of the activities for the entire day in an at-a-glance format. And if they would email me a PDF that I could download to my phone, or email me a PDF that I could print at home and bring with me, like...
I like the paper navigator because it had so much other information on it.
It had so much stuff.
You've done that, how to read your paper navigator, read the paper navigator.
I did that video.
And you should link it.
Well,
because it did give a tremendous amount of information.
I can't link it because it's not relevant anymore, because you can't get a paper navigator anymore.
Okay, I understand that.
And I don't think they're bringing it back. What I want is I want to be able to see what's happening during the day at a glance, and I don't want to have to scroll for an infinite amount of time. So that was our only gripe. I think he's tired of hearing it, but it was really nice of him to come and check on us.
Yeah, and he handled it really well.
He did. It was really nice of him to come and talk to our friends, but this is their 48th cruise, and they feel like it's kind of not fair that other people on the sailing got upgraded by Disney to different rooms, and they didn't get upgraded to a different room. Like, this is their 48th cruise. We did the gold and platinum ceremony.
I'm upset for them.
We did the reception the other day, and they do this thing during the reception where they ask you, like, clap if you've sailed 5 times or more, or 10 times or more, and then they kind of work you up and up and up. And as the number goes up, people drop off, right? So I've always wanted to sit with the people, or to know the people who have sailed for the most number of sailings, and those are our friends. And like, I was sitting in the row with them, and I was like, ooh, I'm really curious, you know, who's it gonna be? And it was them, and I had no idea that it was gonna be them on the sailing, but it was them. And they have been so gracious through this whole cruise. We have sailed, well, we've met some people on this cruise that are almost, what, boastful?
Yes,
gloating
that's a nice way to say,
about the number of cruisings, a number of Disney sailings that they've done. And our friends are really humble, classy about it. So maybe that's why they don't get anything, is because they don't ask. But Disney Cruise Line, when you're gonna upgrade people,
you should look at those people.
Look at the number of sailings that people have gone on and upgrade based on that. Yeah. Because that's my suggestion. Well, that's a different idea for a different video, because I have some thoughts about the Castaway Club.
They have not filled 48 cruises with short cruises. They're doing 7-day back-to-backs and 14-day Panama and 13-day transatlantic and 11-day through Norway.
Did he say they've done a 3-night at all?
I don't think they've done a 3 or 4 night.
They might have done 1. I don't know. Anyway, I'm bragging on our friends now because I love them and I think they're great. But those are our thoughts. So, we've changed clothes because showtime is in, what, 15 minutes?
Joy to the Galaxy.
Well, that's what Mom's shirt says. It's a Baby Yoda shirt and it's really cute. But I think showtime is called The Art of Circus in 20 minutes. So we need to go sit.
And find our place.
Yeah. And then at 9:30, we have a whiskey tasting, which is not to be confused with the bourbon tasting we did yesterday, because there is a difference. And if you know the difference and care a lot,
yay for you.
I'm very happy for you. Anyway, we're gonna go to the Art of Circus. I can't vlog in there, so I'm not going to. But I will pick you guys up after showtime. Okay, we just left the show, The Art of Circus. Those people, that show,
Wow.
amazing.
Shocking.
Yeah, it's exactly what I had hoped it would be.
Sort of like a Cirque-tacular.
It was stunningly beautiful, a little bit creepy. I am amazed by what those people can do with their bodies. But now, I mean, we had to leave early because we have a whiskey tasting in like 8 minutes. So, woo!
Oh, it's nice here.
Going up to the Cove Cafe for our whiskey tasting tonight. So we went straight from the Art of Circus to our whiskey tasting.
We didn't get to watch all the Art of Circus.
I think we got to watch most of it. I think the show ran long. I think it started late. And I think, because it was supposed to be a 45-minute show, we left at 9:15. No, 9:22.
9:22, 9:24.
For a whiskey tasting at 9:30. Now I will say,
because I told you at 8 minutes, we have 8 minutes, and then I think we stayed a few more minutes after that.
You know, you told me at 15 minutes, because that's when your watch went off. Anyway, we left the show, and gosh, I think I talked about it in the elevator, totally impressed by the athleticism.
Oh, wow.
And they're doing it on a moving ship. And when we were walking into the Cove Cafe for our whiskey tasting, I wanted to get some video of the pool, water, moving, and literally sloshing is the only term that I can use to describe the action. Like, I'm feeling it right now. We are definitely
sloshing tonight.
Sloshing tonight, and it's not because of the whiskey. The ship itself
is moving.
We're really rocking tonight. Not like enough to make me seasick. Like,
not 20 or 30 foot
I don't
swells,
get seasick.
But definitely 8 to 10 foot swells.
We can feel it.
I think that's what the captain said we would have tonight.
It definitely is enough to make some circus performers on stage a little bit uncomfortable.
Especially when they're trying to do those kinds of acrobatic moves. When you can see the curtains that you know are heavy and you can see them swaying. Back and forth.
And then the ring that the one performer was on, it just, wow.
Yeah.
I'm so impressed. I'm so glad we went. Because there was a point that I was like, oh, maybe we shouldn't go. I'm so glad we went.
Well, it flowed really well because we went from the dinner, we did a little bit of shopping, and then we went right to the show.
Well, that's not true. We went from dinner to the shops to the room to put on comfortable clothes.
Yeah, but it was still
to the show.
Yeah. Straight
to our whiskey tasting. So we didn't really have a chance to like sit down or lay down or get tired.
What's with the finger?
You're the one that crashes every night.
Oh, I know. I can't believe I've stayed awake this long.
Speaking of time changes. Or
I'm
getting
moving
tired,
ahead again.
We lose another hour tonight, which is weird because I think, aren't we already in Chicago time?
We were in Chicago time. Now we're on New York time.
Okay. So then when we get to Galveston, we go back an hour?
I don't know, but
because I don't think Mexico is in daylight savings time.
Yeah, I don't think they do
I think that's the difference. We're going to have a video talking all about time changes and how we deal with that and how Disney Cruise Line handled that this time, because it's slightly different, because they're saving the environment without using paper. See? I want to talk about Leyston again, because we have done several beverage seminars on this cruise. We did 2 today, which was kind of a surprise, because when we got on the ship, they only had 1 martini tasting, and the martini tasting was the only one that I couldn't get us into that I really wanted to get us into, because they had beer and they had a couple of others, I think, that I could have gotten us into that I didn't really want to.
But the beers we've done before, and they haven't changed the beers, which is odd, I think.
I don't know if they have or haven't, because we didn't do it. But the martini tasting is the one that I put us on the wait list for. We got the call yesterday saying that our request had been granted. Well, we got a call on the phone.
Oh, a message.
And we got a text. Well, and who listens to voicemail when you're on vacation?
Yeah, really.
Because I don't.
I don't like to listen
and maybe
to voicemail
I should.
Ever.
Well, that's true. Anyway, we got the text on the phone from guest services yesterday at 4:08 that our martini seminar request had been approved or granted or whatever. And I knew that the only martini tasting that was on the schedule was yesterday. So we raced downstairs And then I read the text again, and it was actually
while she was there
today at 5 p.m. So what happened was they added a second martini tasting, which is cool.
And we went right before dinner.
Yes. So they're generally about an hour long. Sometimes they're shorter. They're never longer than an hour.
We ate breakfast and then we didn't have lunch. So I think you went up and got some shawarma.
And you ordered a BLT
and I
from
got
room
a
service.
BLT from room service.
And that's when we had so much trouble filming those clips earlier. We got interrupted like 2 or 3 times. It was so weird. Anyway, Leyston, back to Leyston, because he has been so great. We had bourbon with him last night, and
cognac the night before.
Well, 2 nights ago. So we've had cognac with him, we've had bourbon with him, we've had whiskey with him, and I have learned so much
knowledgeable.
from him. I really like the way he paces his classes, because sometimes seminars, whatever. I really like the way he paces them, because sometimes the person who is leading the class will just tell you all of the information that you need, and then
drink.
Yeah, so you sit there and you listen to somebody talk, and then you drink, and then you leave.
And you're done. With Leyston, I wish I had a piece of paper and pencil, because he really
I wish I had set up the camera, because I would love to record what he has to say so that I can save it for myself for later on, because he's such a wealth of knowledge, and you can tell he's really passionate about what he's talking about. And tonight we asked him, like, what do you like to drink? Because he's like, do you have any more questions for me? And I always want to know, what do you drink? You know, since you're leading this class, what do you drink? And he said, well, I drink whiskey, and I drink scotch, and I drink cognac, and I drink rum. And I thought, well, that's why he's doing these beverage seminars, is because
those are the ones he's passionate about. That's what he's knowledgeable about.
That's what he likes. And so he knows a lot about it because he cares about it. And he cares about it because that's what he drinks. And so I thought that was really cool. And so I'm so glad that he's doing those classes. Now, he did not do our martini tasting earlier today. That one was really fun too. Who did it? Freddie. It was Freddie from Peru who did our martini tasting. And I think I took a picture. I don't think I vlogged anything in there. But there was one martini that I did not like.
There was one I didn't care for.
It was the blue one.
Yeah, the Paris 76.
I don't know what, you keep saying that. That's probably what it is. I know that
he said it's off the Dream.
If you sail on the Dream or the Fantasy, you can buy it in Skyline Lounge. And apparently you can get it on this ship too.
Blue Curacao, Absolute Citron,
Peach Schnapps. Now, if you know me, I do not like peaches at all, and I cannot handle them.
And I don't really care for sweet drinks.
It was so sweet. It was like a blue
lagoon drink.
Jolly Rancher.
Yeah. And some people
but not
really
blue raspberry.
Like that, but
it was just so
I don't really
sweet.
care for that.
Yeah, it was okay. The espresso martini was fantastic.
It was good.
The gin dirty martini. Now that we're like getting into gin, I actually really enjoyed that, and the olive was yummy. And then we had a Blanton's Old Fashioned. No, Blanton's Manhattan. Excuse me.
It was very good.
It was so good, and it went down really, really well. And then we had dinner, and so we were maybe a little bit tipsy. When we left the martini tasting, we went straight to dinner and we ate dinner. It was just a really great evening. And we lose an hour tonight. We move our clocks an hour forward.
So it's 11:50 now.
We will be in Eastern time, which is confusing because we're
still on this side of Panama.
We haven't gone through the canal yet. So I guess we're doing all of our time changes now before we get to the other side. Because I've got friends on the other side.
I do. I've got friends on the other side.
Plans tomorrow include...
Oh, we need to get up early.
Raya and the Last Dragon is playing in the Buena Vista Theater at 8 a.m. And somebody still hasn't seen it. Now, I know it's on Disney Plus. I know that we have Disney Plus at home. But what we don't have at home is 2.5 hours that you can sit still and watch a movie. Since we have that on vacation, I'd like to get up in the morning and go watch Raya. I think it's a good idea. So I think that's our first thing tomorrow morning. We need to take some aspirin tonight. I don't know about anyone else on this ship. My knees and ankles are swollen. Mom is sitting over here kicking her legs because her knees, now they're not cracking or crunchy anymore, but earlier I was like, while we were filming this clip, her legs, her knees were snapping like
cereal.
Like, I was gonna say
Snap,
like
crackle,
peanut
pop.
shells, but yeah. So we need to take some aspirin because we are not feeling our finest, and watching those circus performers tonight made me realize I need to go into the shop.
Oh my gosh.
I need to go into the shop. I need some serious repairs. I don't know what's wrong
Overall
with me, but there are some serious things wrong with me. Anyway, that's it for tonight. I kind of gave you a little bit of the highlights and a little bit of what to look forward to in tomorrow's vlog, so you guys will see us in tomorrow's day 6. Is that what it is? Day 6?
I think so.
Cruise vlog?
We're knocking these days down
so
one at a time.
Yeah. I feel like I'm at a t-ball bat. Just knocking them off. Feels good. So, you guys will see us tomorrow. Good night.
Night.